r/ask Reddit. What is considered lazy, but is really useful practical? Sleeping as much as your body needs. Yes, thank you. People underestimate how much sleeping helps you. My father fell and has been in a physical therapy home and he has been sleeping a lot. He's never been more alive and talkative. Not going to work when ill. Never understood the whole I don't ever take days off even if I'm violently sick. Thanks pal, you just infected the rest of your co-workers. Taking long breaks during an intense studying session. My brain at least will start not remembering things after a few consecutive hours of studying. Same applies for work. Making a report or presentation that takes all day to write, you bet I'm taking a coffee and Reddit break every couple of hours. Taking the time to lay down and just think for a bit. If you make time just to do nothing but reflect, then you'll be surprised how often your subconscious will come up with something to help with whatever you're worrying about. The classic is a problem in software development. Don't stay late to fix it. The number of times I've spent hours trying to do something, only to fix it within 5 minutes of coming in the next day. Former attorney. We used to have a judge in Detroit, Ravitz, many years ago. Now and then, some issue would come up in a hearing, and he would lean back in his chair on the bench and say, "Let me reflect." He'd lean way back, sometimes close his eyes, and think. After a minute or so, with everyone in the courtroom sitting in silence, he'd lean back down and say, "Okay, I am ready to rule." I never saw another judge ever do that, but I thought it made a lot of sense. Waiting to see if a problem works itself out before trying to implement a convoluted solution. Sometimes the correct answer to a problem is do nothing. And sometimes the correct answer, let's wait and see if we can understand the problem better. But no, it's always a competition of the idiots who think the first one to suggest action is the best. Taking all your vacation. You will not get any commendation for not using it. And if your boss gets on your case about taking the vacation that the company offers you, like my old boss did, then look for a new job. Whoa, is this a thing? In Norway it's both illegal for an employer to deny the full vacation and illegal for an employee to not take the full vacation. Some of it can be moved to next year, but the full 5 weeks shall be taken. Real kicker of this? It's the employer who is punishable for both offenses. Remember, efficiency is just clever laziness. Sometimes having lazy weekends when you do nothing useful. I have a plaque that says sometimes it's okay if the only thing you did today was breathe. Taking sick days whenever you need to. My boss once shamed me so bad for calling sick with a fever. Next day, tripled my workload so he could tell me, "See, we need you here." He's a dong. Taking small breaks between assignments or work. No, I'm not avoiding doing something. I just need a small break to re-energize. This is actually the recommend method for studying. Blitzing it won't be as effective since you will just glaze it over and not retain the information. Taking days off. Manager wants to give me hassle because I'm not coming in 6 days a week. Every week. My dude, you work 30 more hours a week than I do for $5,000 more a year. Had a co-worker talk down to me because I said I'd rather work 4/10s than 5/8s. Told me my generation has snowed work ethic. Mother ducker, it's the same amount of time. I just want Fridays to go see new movies and shit without having to work. Sitting when you're stocking a floor level shelf. My target bosses would have me kneel to look professional, which was both slower and more painful, and this was before the store even opened. Duck Retail and Target in particular. Not working most of the day because you have worked hard for 4 hours. Unacceptable when I worked for a firm. Acceptable now that I am a firm. Right? I own my own business, and I do more than when I worked for a firm. But I do it in half the time because I don't need to stretch it out to fit the whole day, and I'm really good at my job. Bam. I got up early, hit it hard for 4 hours. Now I'm done. This is also why I don't charge hourly rates. It punishes me for being good at my work and working efficiently. Using online grocery pickup services. I work at a store that offers the service where we do your shopping for you, then all you have to do is just pull up to the curb and we load it in your car. And every now and then I'll have a customer come up to me while I'm shopping to curse at me and tell me how lazy people are for making us do their shopping for them. But it is a super useful service for people that have tight time schedules. or have movement disabilities. Anything to have a superiority complex, I guess. I have my groceries delivered from the store, disabled and can't drive, and it has raised my quality of life enormously. I'm sorry idiots give you grief, but you're making a huge difference. Not washing your clothes after the first wear, unless, of course, it's dirty or smelly, but, with care given, most clothing can be worn a couple times before it's dirty. Your clothes will last longer and you use less detergent. T-shirts, underwear, wash every time. Sweat and other stuff. Shorts, pants, jackets, sweatshirt, second shirt over a t-shirt. Agree. I don't wash them unless I get them dirty or it's been a long time. That method of shoveling snow where you just walk with the shovel in front of you and push it off the driveway, as opposed to actually shoveling like you're digging a ditch. It's a nice way to not die of a heart attack or get needless backache. Leaving on time after work. There is a big culture now of people staying late to show how hard of a worker they are, with people praising them, saying things like, "They're such a hard worker. Always there before I start and after I leave." Really, this is not great, and people burning themselves out like this is not healthy. Sure, there might be times where emergencies happen and you might need to stay late, but it shouldn't be the norm and you shouldn't be seen as lazy for wanting to get home. Giving money as a birthday present. If your kid receiving money as a present, sure, that's cool, but in an adult reciprocal gift giving situation, you'll just end up exchanging twice a year. Pointless. Grocery shopping pick delivery. Saves time and helps people stay on budget. A lazy person will always find the most efficient way to get things done, eventually. Texting instead of calling. It's very easy to remember details of a conversation incorrectly, especially when you're focused on sounding a certain way and responding quickly to avoid awkward silences. Texting allows you to review what you talked about and choose the wording of your response. Half-assing something. Obviously you generally don't want to do that, and there are some situations where you really don't want to do that. But if it's the only way for you to get something done, then that's better than not doing it at all. Need to clean your messy room but it's such an overwhelming task that you keep putting it off? Just put away 1 or 2 things a day, and it may take longer but it'll get done. Couldn't finish your homework on time? If you'll still get half credit, turn it in anyway. Better than no credit. Too depressed, lacking in energy to make a sandwich? It's better to eat the individual components. A slice of bread, a slice of cheese, etc. Just grab it out of the package and put it in your mouth, than to not eat at all. Also, a lot of infomercial products such as Nuggies, motorized spoons, sticks you put toilet paper on to wipe yourself with, etc. are ridiculed as being for lazy a-holes but are in fact designed for people with disabilities. Taking your time to do something. The amount of times I've seen someone myself stuff up because they decided to take a shortcut or do it quickly has made me take my time with things. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.